Good evening and welcome to Nancy's Sunday Night Live. I am Nancy, your hostess with the mostest. From YB Stamp, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Tonight we're going to be looking at the Wild Bunch stamp set, which is available for $5 with a purchase of $75 or more from my online store. It's an adorable set and I couldn't wait to show you guys. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's just absolutely adorable. Anyway, I don't know if you have the set. I'm using the let me move my thing over. Hold on. I'm using, so here's the stamp set. Isn't it adorable? I like it so much more than I thought I would. I really have to say. I'm not a cutesy person, but I really like this. And I'm using the basic white note cards and envelopes. So this comes in a pack of 20 cards and 20 envelopes for $13. Comes out to 65 cents a piece. How can you not beat that? Okay, this is what we're going to do. So when I first set out to do this tonight, I said, oh, I'll use the little note cards. And then I realized that I knew they were on the last chance list, but I didn't know that they were all gone. So I said, well, now we need to change, so that's why we're using the bigger ones. But this was my original thought of what to do. So we're going to start with our card base. Fold those. And these are really heavy. I don't know if you guys have ever used these before, but this is really thick. It's really quite heavy. So let's see, here's a piece of regular cardstock and see how flimsy it is. And this is not. It's a lot stiffer. And then I have cut a, I think it's 3-inch by 4.5-inch piece of designer series paper. And then I have some scrap white pieces here. So I think I planned this out, but do I remember? No. I'm going to use the koala. So I get my block out. And I'm going to stamp just a note, I think is what I got. Was it just, yeah, just a note. Okay. So I'm going to use my, somewhere, I just had it here. Oh, here it is. It's underneath the cards. I'm going to be using my Memento, which has been discontinued, but there's a new black ink, but I want to use this as long as I can. I'm going to stamp him or her right in the middle. And then, I don't know if you noticed when I opened this, but I stamped this on this removable Post-it tape. Nice and wide, 2 inches. I stamped it in the Memento and then I cut it out. And the reason that I did that is because I wanted to cover it so that I could use this little branch to put underneath him. So I'm going to use Peaceful Pine. Ink it up. Let me get back just a little bit. That probably helps a lot, right? All right, I got Peaceful Pine, and I'm just going to stamp some branches underneath here, so it'll be like he's standing on it. Ink it up. Well, I got it on my finger. Now I got to be careful because I didn't bring any wet ones with me. And then I'm going to put this one here. Cover this up. quickly squeegee my stamp so I don't get Peaceful Pine all over me. All right, then I'm going to pull this off. And you can see that his little paws are on top. Okay. I did it with the snail too, but it's really easy to just stamp those and cut it. All right, now I'm going to quick color these with Stampin' Blends. Now, all the pictures that I've seen, the little koalas have like a black nose. So I'm using the light basic black to cover his nose. And then a lot of them are tan. So I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm going to use light and dark. And I'm not going to be neat about it. So this is the light. That's what I love about these blends, is you can be as messy as you want and it does not leave lines. So I'm going to leave the inside of his ears. Cover his little body, or her little body, or their little body. How's that? Their little body. Now I want to keep that little area up there white. And I'm going to use the dark crisp cantaloupe on the inside of his ears. It's a little pinky. And then I'm going to take the dark crumb cake and just make some spots dark. You don't have to do many. Just some. Give them a little extra depth. Now you can go around his face. Could even do the little V or something. And then take the light and blend it all together. Kind of mutes the edges. And you don't need to be neat about it, which is great. I have some friends that have never used the blends, and they were amazed. Okay, now I'm going to take the color lifter, and I'm going to mute his little white chest area, their little chest area, to kind of really soften those edges. And I'm also going to do the ears just a little softer. Kind of blends things together, like so. And I think I'm going to add a little of the light Peaceful Pine. Oops, I smudged it. Just to add some depth to these leaves. See, that's what happens when I get it on my fingers. Do you guys have that happen? It's sad when that happens. I could put a gem over it, I suppose. Right? What is it Michelle says? There's no mistakes, just a creative... I can't remember what she says. If you were on, Michelle, you could tell me. All right. Alrighty. So there he is. Oh, see, look, I am getting it all over it. Guess I'm going to have to cover it in gems. No. All right, then I want to take a little note, just a little note, and I'm going to use the crumb cake, ink it up, I know you can't see me inking it up. You just have to believe me. Stamp it. I better quickly clean it before I get that all over me too. It'll just be a conundrum of colors by the end of the night. All right. I also have this twine, and I'm going to use the crumb cake twine. I'm going to wrap it around here a few times and then cut it. And then I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm not going to tie a bow. I didn't think these cards were would look good with bows on them. So I'm just going to do that like that. And I'm going to use my seal to put it on my cardstock. Like so. And then I have dimensionals. I had dimensionals. It's because I piled everything to the side here so I'd have it ready. It's underneath. And I'm going to put dimensionals on both of these. These are the little ones that I'm using. But you could use big ones if you want. Flip this over. One more. All right. Take these little bits off. And I'm going to center it here, the bottom. Actually, you know what? Let's put it up top. And we'll put the sentiment down below. Then we'll see more of our twine. All right. Pull out some. Now I'm trying to do this all the same, so because these are old standbys, I have a lot of them. So that's what we're going to use, are these basic rhinestones. So there's our first card. Isn't he cute? Okay, next. I'm missing all my little white pieces that go with this. Well, that's not good, Nancy. I don't know where they went. Well, let's do this one next. Okay, this one, let me put all my pieces away here. Get them out of the way. All right, this one I want to do the little snail. There we go. And again, I'm doing him in the piece. No, this doesn't look right. I don't know what I've done. I had all my pieces set aside, all nice and perfect. Best laid plans, right? Best laid plans. Okay, so I'm going to fold this, burnish it. Now, it's a little harder to burnish because, like I'm saying, it's really thick. All right, and on here I just want to do thank you. And I'm going to do that in Peaceful Pine again. You could do it in any colors you wanted. So this is a great idea this time of year. Sorry, you can't see. You need to throw together a little gift for teachers or scout leaders or whatever. So we're just doing these 4 cards. Quick. Bingo, they're done. Okay, now I need my little snail. Some more. Hopefully I got them all on there. Haha, I did. Alright, stick that aside. Quickly clean it. Then I have my Peaceful Pine blends. And my, let's see, what other color did I want? What color are snails? I guess they're like tans, right? Little, I'll do this in the light. I don't know, I guess I've only noticed that they earth tones, I guess. But we can color them any color we want, right? Alright, brothers. Hey, brothers are pretty great. I have a super brother. Yeah. No complaints in that department. See, he's even supporting me by being on. I actually love to color. I'm just trying to make this go a little faster so that you guys aren't bored. Alright, I'm going to add some light and dark. Make them a little fancier. And again, these blends are going to make it all blend together. It's going to look super. Add some dark. They are kind of marbly, right? I don't know, it's been so long since I've actually seen snails in the wild. Alright, I'm going to take the light. And again, just going to kind of blend it together to give it that blended look. Trying not to get the crisp cantaloupe in it. Not that it'll be easy, but just kind of mute him. And then to pull that green in, I'm just going to take some of this light green and ground them a little bit. Use a little of that color lifter to mute the edges a bit so it's not so stark. Looks more natural. Not that it's... Okay, now well, let's put this together. So I'm going to use the crumb cake again. I just thought the twine added a little extra something to it. I don't know where my scissors went. So I'm using my little Girl Scout scissors. All right, just quick tie this in a knot. What a busy weekend. Busy, busy, busy. Had a full day event, double workshop yesterday. I got another one tomorrow. And let's see. Let's move this up. Then we can put the snail on the bottom. All right. And it's been warm here in New England. I don't know about where you are, but it was when I got out of church today, my thermometer said 103. Yeah. Right? All right. Dimensionals. All right. I couldn't find my big ones, so we're just using the little ones today. I know where they are. They're packed in my bag that I brought to the conference to do those 2 workshops yesterday. All right. So our little snail. Excuse me. And then our little banner. So this set's available, well, while supplies last, but it was issued for June. And some gems. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it right in the middle of them. Isn't that cute? Be a little symmetrical. So there's card number 2. Quick and easy. Let's see. I still don't know what I did with the pieces to that other card. I know it's here somewhere. I'll look as I create. All right, this next one, let me put these stamps away. We're going to do Happy Birthday. So I have the Happy Birthday stamp. And we're going to do this little cow right here. Put the snail away. I'll just throw them on top for now. And I'll put that on an angle. The little birthday hat that's in here. That's absolutely adorable. All right. So we're going to stamp in Memento the little cow. Oops, that was close. Almost stamped it in the wrong place. Right here. And then the little birthday hat. On top of them. Too cute, too cute. Quickly wash my stamps. Look at you, Neil, like Old Faithful, supporting your big sister. Okay, again, a cow Well, you could make them tan, but because I've done so much tan, I'll use the light basic black. And let's see, how shall I color them? I think I'll do his little nose. And I don't recommend using the full black when you're coloring in like this. The light black will be much better. And I'll use the smoky slate. I'll do some dark, some light. Let's see. I know I can't say I've ever colored in a cow before, so. When my daughter was little, my sister-in-law taught her that the black and white cows were Holsteins. And she knew all the time. She knew. All right, a little bit on the hoofs. And then I'll use the light. Kind of give it a little extra. I don't know, is there such thing as a gray and black cow? If not, there is now, right? I'll put a little pink in his ear. Or I could use the crisp cantaloupe like I did with the other. And let's see. And a little pink nose. We'll use the light cantaloupe. That actually looks pretty good. Little in his ears. And then, what color birthday hat should I do, Uncle Neil? I need to do a little on his horns. I'll use a little of the light crumb cake on it. All right, I think Uncle Neil's favorite color is blue, so we'll use blue. All right. There we go. And now, because I used the blue in this, I'm going to do my sentiment in blue. And this is Azure Afternoon. In case you were wondering. Quickly clean that. And I have this triple punch. I don't know if any of you have it. So I'm just going to pop it in there and give it a little extra. Make it straight, maybe. There. Okay. And I'm going to use white on this. Wrap it around a couple times. Cut it with my Girl Scout scissors. As Dad would say, surprise me. Yeah, I surprised you. I picked your favorite color. Yep. All right. All right. Now we'll put this on our card base. With the seal. And then dimensionals. Now these little dimensionals are actually left over from a paper pumpkin. I know some demonstrators have never had to buy dimensionals because they use what's left over from paper pumpkin and they've had really good luck with it. I'm just cutting up the sides to use that all up. Might as well, right? Oops. Yeah, I just know that a lot of people want to do a little something at the end of school years. Pull this off. All right. Put that here. He's awful cute, isn't he? Happy birthday. Whoops. Get my little gems. Now I'm going to put this right in the middle of his hat. Oh, that looks really cute, doesn't it? Where else can I put him? Put them on either side. Be a little symmetrical tonight. All right, there's card number 3. And if I knew what I did with the pieces for the other card, we'd be in business. All right, well, it's supposed to look like this, only bigger. So my idea was to get these cards all together, pretend this one's bigger, and then take your envelope, and I have a piece that's just about that size, and I'm going to take my silicone mat and my glue, my handy dandy holder that my son-in-law and his business partner make for me. I have them for sale on my website, ybstamp.com. So I'm just going to add, so see, I like putting it in this little bottle because then I just have a little bit of glue that goes out instead of a big blob, because I love the multi-purpose glue. Now I'm just going to put this here, smooth it out, flip it over. I really do want my other pair of scissors. Oh, I put it back in my holder where it belongs. And I'm just going to flip it over and trim that excess designer series paper off, like so. So now, in addition to 4 awesome cards, we have 4 awesome, put these together, coordinating envelopes. And then, remember last week I made this cute little bag with the phrases and frames sayings? So you could take these, you could wrap it in the tissue paper that comes with your paper pumpkin kits. Pretend it's wrapped. Put it in this little bag. And you've got a gift to give. Fits just right. Isn't that adorable? Say it is, Neil. All right. So here's what the product of the month is. $5 with a $75 purchase. And in addition to that, if you make a purchase through my online store, then I will give you a tutorial for 3 additional cards, absolutely free. I work together with 7 or 6 other demonstrators to bring you this every month, and everybody's worked really hard on it. They're awesome projects. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you again next Sunday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, happy stamping.